Hi. Surprise girls figure it all out. I'm Whittington. I'm Jenny.
Dice.
Ray.
And today we're talking about Extinction for the second time today.
For the second time?
Second take.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, we took many takes because that's what we do.
Yeah, very much.
We're perfectionists.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, thank you for the recommendation.
Oh, yes, thank you.
It was
actually
a
very
really,
good
really
movie.
I honestly, okay, so when we were talking about watching it,
Yeah.
I totally mistook it for another movie that I was like, no, I couldn't
I know.
stand. Yeah. But that movie was Singularity. Did not like it. I didn't finish it. I should finish it probably, but I didn't like the beginning of it because I thought it was really boring and really poorly crafted.
Is that on Netflix as well?
Yeah, that's why I thought it was the same one.
Yeah.
It was, I think that when they wrote Singularity, they were like, everybody's scared of AI, so let's like make a AI movie where it's really scary. It's like, no, it was just lazily written.
No, but in Extinction, of course, it's spoiler edition. I loved how the fact that if they're afraid of the humans,
Yeah,
thinking
I love
that they
that
were
switch.
human, and when in actuality they're AI, and the fact that they didn't even know
Well,
they
it
were
was cool
AI
because
was cool.
everybody totally thought it was an alien movie, and then it turned out to
Yeah.
be a robot movie. So that was
Yeah,
pretty interesting
no,
twist.
But when the guy took his mask off, we're all like, "What?"
Yeah, it's
Like,
what
That
are
was
those?
really cool because even then, remember, I thought they were still an alien
Yeah.
because, like, I thought it was really cool because they were insinuating, at least what I thought at that moment, I thought they were insinuating that another species from another planet evolved like we did on this planet, and so there was just another human species from another planet attacking. I was like, no way! But no, that wasn't. But it was still, the twist was really cool.
Well, I guess technically they are aliens because it's been 50 years since they left.
Well, yes, but they're Martians, which okay, if you're, this is something that has been that has been ever since the movie The Martian with what's his name?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yeah. This
Good
has been
movie.
something that people have been talking about is like when you acclimate to the gravity on Mars and then you come to Earth, it's gonna not be comfortable. So number one thing, they wouldn't have the bone or muscle density to be a threat to anybody on Earth.
Yeah.
But I don't know how the AI, how the robots or cyborgs muscle works. Are they set at a certain strength? Do they grow? Can they gain muscle mass?
I don't think so because they said the war happened 50 years before.
Yeah,
and the girls were the
still
same
little.
age.
Wait, but I don't understand. They weren't AI anymore, so what do you mean?
Well, their minds were artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
but they were I wonder if they would be categorized as cyborgs, because
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
Their
they probably are
bodies.
cyborgs. No, but it's been a while since the last time there was an attack. So I mean, if they're insinuating that it's been 50 years, then they must be.
well, what I'm saying is that the humans that came from Mars
Yeah.
back to Earth,
Yeah.
but they had grown up in Mars and like trained in Mars and
Yeah.
been Martian,
Yeah.
and then they come to Earth, they'd be like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
the gravity would be too much, and they would not be able to fight like they did. They wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to do the things that they did other than shoot the guns and stuff
Oh,
like
so you're
that.
saying they became part cyborg, and they used part of that for
No,
the
I'm
DNA?
saying that the AI, the Michael Pena people,
Yeah.
that they would be categorized as cyborgs, even though their intelligence is artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
So they're cyborgs with AI.
Yeah, but what about? So you were saying that they wouldn't be considered aliens to be Martians.
Oh no, I'm saying that. Well, technically, the humans that were on Mars that came to Earth,
Yeah.
they would technically be aliens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they would still be, because when we're talking about what technically makes an alien, right? Then they would technically be an alien. But when we're talking about like, you know, aliens attacking Earth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a different species. They're not a different species. They're the same species that originated on Earth, right?
Yeah.
So they're not aliens in the sense of like sci-fi dangerous weird aliens.
Yeah.
They're just aliens in the technical political sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, but that was a really cool concept.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really good.
Well,
and then
I appreciated the fact that finally Michael Pena is actually
a
a
lead
front.
role.
Yeah.
That was really
Because
cool.
he's always playing a side character.
He's really good.
I mean,
Like almost every movie I've seen him.
Yeah. Well, but he also played a main character in that one buddy cop movie. What was that called? There's that movie where that he was a bad movie, but he was a lead character.
On what?
He was a movie.
Was he the main character or
Yeah.
one of the lead?
So it was a remake. It was a movie remake of a popular TV series in the 70s, I think. Where it was these two motorcycle cops, I think, and I don't know, before my time, but I just remember because I always watch classic TV shows with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but I knew it existed. I just never really watched it. Anyways, it was a bad.
Well, that's
movie.
what I'm saying. I'm glad that he has a lead role in like a really original, awesome movie to watch.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good movie, but it was so fucking irritating.
Yeah.
Those kids.
I mean, those
oh my
children.
God.
Oh my god. I'm like, you guys, they are
She
programmed.
said it quietly, so just so you can hear it, she said
Yeah,
irritating.
I said fucking irritating. What I'm saying was, that's what I said. Yeah, so the problem was, I mean, those children, they're programmed. So I'm like, wouldn't they have been programmed to be better behaved?
Yeah.
Well,
He's a little
and,
smarter.
but also the thing is with AI is that it evolves. So
Yeah.
like the AI that Microsoft and Google tested, the way that they test it is that you can program a certain program to be a certain way.
Yeah.
But what the whole point of AI is it learns, and so it adapts, and so that could very well have been programmed differently in the beginning, but then learned to be irritating. Yeah.
Adapted to be whiny children.
Yeah.
It was
No, no. It's like, but I think it's like common sense. Like usually kids in like very dangerous things, they know to be quiet. But this little girl goes for this stupid monkey. That's just like monkey see, monkey do, and it just
And she
talks
knows
loud.
it's gonna talk.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
knows
and
her dad
no,
just said
and
I
the fact
fixed it
that
for
the mom
you.
tells her to stay in the closet. Her older sister, and the older sister's like, okay, bye. It was nice knowing you.
I feel like that child wanted to be an only child. She's like, see ya.
Yeah.
Let the stupid one die.
I know, right? She's like, I think I've just bettered our odds. I let her go.
Yeah. I mean,
Did you
Oh
see
my
what the
God.
other little girl did to her parent? Like, do you want that happening? You better stick with me.
at
Oh
that
yeah,
point,
that did happen before that.
at that point in the movie, I'm always rooting for the antagonist. Like, go alien, kill the idiot little girl. Jeez. It's like the same thing in the ghost movies. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, go down
All
the
the
creepy
time.
hallway.
Oh my god.
I'm rooting for the ghost
Well,
this
who
time.
else is
No,
gonna
here's
take
rooting
care
for
of
the
it?
kid. Okay, the kid was looking. Okay, one scary movie we were watching. I think that was Hill House. He looks under the bed and he's like, I'm rooting for the ghost. And I'm like, that poor kid just wants to hide.
No, at that time I was specifically being like, no, I remember what you're talking about.
Mhm,
When the
yeah.
really tall guy with the bowling
Yeah,
cap
yeah.
was floating.
That was like,
Oh, I didn't say it at that time because I was like, that would be a logical thing to do. What that kid was doing at that time.
Yeah.
Other things he did in other scenes.
No, before he got under the bed, you were
Oh.
like, don't look. That I want the ghost.
No, because
Wait, and then I'm like,
he
wait,
should be
he's
looking
looking under.
under
And then
the
but
bed.
when he
You're
was
like,
trying to hold
that's
his breath, you're like, hold on, kid.
I remember I remember specifically in that scene I was rooting for the kid.
It was
I
so
like,
sad because he just like.
yeah, no, yeah, that's what he did. He sighed, and I was like, wow, he held it in that long. That's awesome. Because I wouldn't have been able to hold it in that long. I would be like, he's floating. Jealous. So much I can float.
Yeah, sure. That's your first thought, right?
It was.
Yeah.
You noticed. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it was a really fashionable bowling cap. So, There
Okay,
you
back
go.
to.
I don't know how we got it. Sorry, I did that.
Extinction.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody went extinct, so false advertising.
Uh huh.
If you call it extinction and then only a few people die, jeez. You're offering up way more carnage than you actually put
Oh,
out.
did
That's
the humans
pretty
return
good
because they were
courage.
dying on Mars?
No,
Was that their
no. It's
problem?
just that they wanted it back.
They wanted Earth back. So it was like a violent Wall-E movie.
Yeah.
It was Wall-E, but really bloody.
That is a good way
Oh,
to
Good
yeah.
job.
I love that movie.
But, yeah, no plants anywhere, though.
Yeah.
Was there? Were there plants?
Yeah, it was. They had
Never mind.
everything tacked up.
Yeah.
It was
You know,
crazy.
Wall-E?
But I don't understand. Why didn't they just like, if they had the ability, like
Not
what you
Wall-E.
said, the whole the muscle deterioration and everything. If they were able to be on Earth again after 50 years of all that, you think they'd at least try to blend in, and then because they look like they didn't even
Come
know
in like the cavalry.
they didn't. I know they didn't even know they were robots, so they could just come in and say, "Hey, I'm from out of town."
Well, I feel like it says a lot about our
Nobody would
species
question
because
it.
we plant for 50 years on another planet that we
Yeah,
instead
so
of
we have
trying
Mars
to
and everything.
figure out
However-
Instead of like
the
trying to
How-
sneak
however-
in or
and trying to
anything,
set it
you
up.
just-
Our
How-
whole idea
how-
is to come for vengeance.
However,
Yes.
if you remember towards the end when everything was starting to come to light, that Michael Pena and his wife, who is from the movie The Interview with Seth Rogen, and really she did a really good job in that movie too. She was the head of the insurgency into North Korea in that movie. Anyways, she was a bitch in this movie, right up to the end when she said, "Sorry for being a bitch." And he's like, "It's all right." Anyways, they were put into the machines where the memories were replaced.
Yeah.
Right? So, as far as Michael Pena and the lady from The Interview were concerned, they didn't know that they were artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
But the powers that be did. Right? So, if the humans came from Mars back to Earth, they would probably have a way to figure out, just by scanning them or something, that they're not AI, that they're actual humans.
But then if they were discreet enough, they would be able to try to take over that function
Maybe.
instead, and not like try to massacre everything and everyone.
Yeah.
It's like you're outnumbered. You have.
Well, but also think about who humans are. Humans' first instinct is, "You got a nuke? Let's nuke them."
Yeah,
That's what I was
exactly.
saying. They took 50 years to plot some kind of retaliation attack.
But it's in a way, it's
and
kind of
like, use your damn resources to
but
figure out how
where
to
did
survive
they
that
go
planet
at the
because they totally conquered that one because they kicked their asses anyways.
But where did they go at the end? I'm not confusion. Did they say? Oh, when they went onto the train?
I think they just went on the train, and then it ended.
But
No.
where did it go? Did they say where
Into
they're
an
heading?
underground bunker, I think. I
Oh.
think they were just going into hiding.
Yeah, but it didn't say
They're
how
gonna go
long
in
they're
hiding
gonna
and
be
let them
in.
I think
take
they're
over the
gonna.
planet?
I think they're setting it up for a sequel.
I would hope so, because I'm
Well,
very excited.
That'd be interesting.
yeah. Okay.
Sometimes
So.
those children aren't children anymore.
Okay.
They're-
Well, then we'll see if they age, right? But I think it's such a human response. It takes them 50 years to figure out. Let's just go shoot them. You know. that was yeah.
Like,
So-
figure out your resources
Oh my
instead of
God.
trying to conquer this one. I mean, they
Yeah.
obviously. I mean, you guys programmed them, so they took the fact that they took over means they're way smarter than you are.
Well, I think in
Well,
the
yeah.
show,
They've
movie,
evolved
they're
over
calling
50
it
years,
six.
so I don't understand.
'Cause that's
Oh,
the-
Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the threat. This is the real threat that Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking has been saying it for years and years and years, and all of our greatest scientific minds right now are warning everybody, saying once AI becomes self-aware, then they'll be able to teach themselves so fast that they'll be learning exponentially faster than we can learn, and so we'll be a kind of like a curiosity. Is that Elon Musk, whatever your opinions are on him, he's been trying to think about this problem for quite a while, and his conclusion is that it's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, but when. And the question if is whether they'll eliminate us or keep us because we're the ones who created them.
Yeah.
And kind of take care of us like we're a pet kind of thing. And he's obviously the second one is better than the first one.
Yeah.
But-
it's kind of a question on
Well-
whether AI would have those emotions at all.
Well, that's a really interesting question, because I think that since we're the ones that are created from us, and we can't help but put our humanity and everything, that if you were to ask me right now, which I seem to be asking myself, but that I think that they would probably want to keep us around as a fail-safe, like in case something goes wrong.
If they were that smart, most likely we
It's
would
like
keep
Eagle
us
Eye.
safe.
Or just as a nice curiosity to keep on studying.
Because maybe with self-awareness, they become aware of emotions and feelings. I don't know. Like maybe that
But
just
you would
show up,
need,
like
so a
they
lot
said.
of what runs that in us, though, is from our endocrine system. So
Well, no, I know that. What I'm saying is that they would, like, in a way, they would see that as a better option. Once they become more
Maybe.
aware with certain things. Like, they would choose rather that than complete destruction. Like they would see that.
Well, okay, look at we have some really great examples of this kind of field of thought in Star Trek.
Nah.
Oh, I knew it was gonna like
Wait, what were
I
we
knew
talking
it. I said
He
it.
was trying this
No.
whole time.
It was
It's
getting
inevitable.
set up this whole time.
Because what do they have? They have Data on the ship, and Data is AI, and he was designed to try to mimic humans and learn how to become human, right? And he really wanted to learn how to use emotions and how to make decisions like a human would, and behave like a human would, and love like a human loves, right? And so that was the whole premise with Data, and before that was so the whole premise of like the Vulcans, that Spock is a Vulcan, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay? This is a really really cool thing. Is that presumably they're kind of implied that they are just like humans,
Yeah.
but way more evolved, where they evolved out of emotions. So what that's kind of saying is that, and that's the whole kind of back and forth between Kirk and Spock, is that Kirk makes a lot of gut decisions, and
Yeah.
Spock always makes the logical decision, right? And so it's constantly weighing back and forth. It was like, how useful are emotions?
But that's the thing.
I feel
though,
like you
at the
could
same
compare this to
time-
iRobot.
Yeah, but like. Yeah.
Star Trek has a lot more to go off of.
What? It was a whole robot.
iRobot.
Yeah, and Data's a whole robot.
It was in a whole movie
I
about
don't remember
emotions.
iRobot.
And whether they should have them or not.
And they had a whole
Oh,
series
sure.
plus several movies about it in the Star Trek.
About the AI.
And in new Star Trek movies.
But no, they don't count.
Ah.
They're fun action movies, but they're definitely
We
not
should
Star
put a
Trek.
poll on here and see who agrees on whether Star Trek, the original, is better than the new one. Or if it
What are
does
you giving
count.
that look
Oh, it goes
for?
back.
Because
Go.
that's not fair. You got to put the poll, make sure that you have a good demographic who's voting. Because
Do you think it should be put in a different category
Wait.
from Star
You
Wars?
can open different
or
accounts,
it should
right?
be kept
Star
the
Wars
same?
is
I mean, from Star Trek. Wrong one. Star Trek. From Star Trek. I always get
oh
I always get
man,
my words mixed up.
you opened up that can of worms.
Oh, shit.
I said it wrong. I meant Star Trek.
Star Wars is a space opera.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No more.
Star Wars is a space opera.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Don't you
You
forget
say
it.
this in every one.
It is. True fact. It was written as a space opera. And what were you saying?
I don't even remember.
Oh my
now.
God.
I'm so tired.
You look so disappointed at me. You're just like a son of a bitch. Raise off on that again. It's relevant.
Again.
Because
Oh my god.
How Star Wars
We need to do the
now.
poll.
No,
I'm
Star Wars
serious.
is not relevant.
Right, you
Star
can
Trek.
find a way
Okay.
to make anything relevant to a conversation
Wait,
we're having.
if you're so into
Yes.
Star Trek, then why is it Darth Vader is your guy?
Darth Vader?
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, okay. I think that Star Wars is told from a very specific point of view. It's told, actually, I really like the fan theory that Star Wars is all told from R2-D2. Because he makes the rebels look good and the Empire look bad. Who's actually providing structure and civility to the galaxy? It's the Empire. And all the bad parts of the Empire, they make as characters look really bad and evil, right?
Yeah.
And they make the terrorists who murdered millions upon millions of crew members of the Death Star, right? There were people who weren't even like soldiers or anything. They were just like cafeteria people or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Just hanging out on there like, oh shit, the whole place blown up. Now I'm dead for working on this big like planetary spaceship thing. Anyways, what do they offer? They offer stability. They offer education.
Yeah.
They offer, a galactic currency.
Yeah.
They offer all this infrastructure, and then this group of terrorists who come out of nowhere just decide, and they come from a theocracy. All right, the Jedi wanted to promote a theocracy, and the Empire, which was born out of a republic, right, wanted not a theocracy specifically.
Yeah.
How did
Back
that,
to the point.
that
Is
wasn't
that
the
Darth
question.
Vader?
Oh my god.
Darth Vader. All he wanted to do was just reconnect with his
Yeah.
estranged son
Yeah.
Yeah.
and have some quality father and son time, ruling the galaxy together. That sounds like a blast. No?
What did that have to do with Star Trek?
I just asked one question.
About Darth Vader.
I don't even remember the question that came from.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Anyway,
We're on Extinction.
yes.
Oh my
So,
god, I didn't even remember.
do
what we
the
were talking
so
about.
do the AI value emotions? And obviously they do, because they
Yes.
gave Michael Pena, sorry, and the lady from the interview and their kids, their adopted kids, emotions.
No, but in the movie, they actually started evolving emotion. She didn't understand why he was helping her, and he
cool.
didn't know either.
Wow.
And also,
Interesting.
if
Right,
AI
you're not paying
evolves, well,
attention.
again, if AI
Oh, well,
evolves
it's just
enough, it could
sometimes-
find emotions can
Just mumble it.
sometimes be more efficient, and that's why it uses it.
Yeah, that would be very beneficial to watch it again for me, because I didn't look at it from that lens, right?
Yeah.
And that's a very interesting question to think about, is how useful are emotions? And they're saying that it's useful, something that they can perpetuate in their new cyborg people, with their AIs inside a weird artificial suit, that's apparently electric powered.
Well, it
think
did this
so.
because when that guy had his head,
Yeah.
when his mask got bashed in, and then it kind of seemed like he was dead, because I didn't realize that was a suit. I thought maybe that was the alien creature
Yeah, that's
itself.
what I thought. Was
And then its back started pumping. It almost looked like it was resuscitating him.
Oh, like a defibrillator?
Yeah,
But-
it looked like it was resuscitating
Okay,
him.
but then, think about this, is he had to open up Michael Pena's chest cavity and reconnect
Well,
with
he
her.
did it himself,
Yeah.
actually. That was
Well,
really-
That was gross.
Okay, if they need electricity to live, are they charging themselves?
Well, no, he said she needs a different charge because
But how are they
They're circuit.
keeping energy? How are they getting energy to live?
Maybe they have like some kind of in their
created.
community, they created something that sends out this pulse.
Maybe that's a good thought. Or maybe like they, how we have those cell phone chargers where you just put it on a platform. Maybe like they're, they have those kind of charging stations all throughout the city.
Oh, he works at a factory. Maybe
But
that's
then
what
what was
he
the
was
use
that.
of the blood?
No, but maybe
if it
that
was
he works
all
at a
in
factory and his whole job is to fix that machine every time it broke down, or to fix things like that.
Oh,
What if that was in
yeah.
charge ends and that was sending out the pulse,
Or when
and that he has no idea
somehow
why
it
it's doing it.
charges them.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
dead or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
We'll have to look at that again.
Yeah.
Then. But we are trying to finish Sabrina, and
There's 4 more to go. I'm excited.
and by God, I cannot binge them. The thought sends shivers up my spine.
Yeah, you made
staying
that very
up the
clear.
ceiling most
There's
of the
no
time.
way he's watching all 4 in a row.
No. If you make
No.
me, then I will force you to watch Star Wars or Star Trek.
Yeah, okay,
Star
watch Star
Wars.
Wars.
Oh, Star Wars would be great. Let's watch Solo. You guys haven't seen Solo yet.
Yeah,
Wait, what's
yeah, we
the-
should see it.
Oh, yeah, we should
Okay.
see that.
Yeah, great movie.
Star Wars.
And all of you guys who say it's not and you're boycotting it or whatever, you're punk bitches. You don't know
Oh my
anything
God.
about Star Wars.
Okay, hey, I don't like the fact that they switched regular Solo out for this other
Yes.
guy. It's
Well,
not
how are they
half
gonna-
as good looking as the original.
Yes,
Well,
it's
how
like
are they gonna
the
get
hell
a
did
young
that
Harrison
go from
Ford?
that?
It's not that hard.
Look for
Well,
someone that looks
Alright,
like him.
well, yeah, they can get somebody that looks like them.
But we haven't watched it. Okay, so we'll save our opinions for
I
that.
okay. So one of the really cool things about Han Solo is I'm not gonna give anything away.
Okay.
Is that so that was always my brother's favorite character when we were growing up, and whenever we always like to play outside and stuff. Whenever we played Star Wars, he was always Han Solo, and I was always like Luke or Yoda, because I like to talk like Yoda, and yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was really tall and blonde, and so it didn't really work. And yeah, I really liked Han Solo, and my brother and I, we also played. We always played video games together, and we played all the Zeldas together and stuff, and we also played all the Star Wars games together. And one of the our favorite games to play together was Shadows of the Empire, which followed one of Han Solo's good friends, Dash Rendar, who was a smuggler just like Han Solo, and a ship like his, and you were his character. And sometimes when you could do 2-player, it was Han Solo that you could also play as. And so I don't know. That's why Roderick and I always really got into the Han and Chewie kind of part of Star Wars, is because they were really cool characters,
Yeah.
and I'm really glad that they panned out the way they did, because Chewie was written to be a completely different character. Yeah, he wasn't like a big furry guy. He was like had these weird bug eyes and more reptilian. Yeah. I'm really happy the way it turned out though. Yeah.
But one comment on Extinction, what I thought was
What's that?
interesting was I waited.
It always goes
Don't
back
worry.
to Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't know
I
how.
can't help it.
23 minutes and half of it's probably Star Wars.
Oh my god. We should just label it
Star Trek, I meant. Star Trek.
No.
a
We'll
little
label it
bit about
Extinction.
Extinction.
What do you say? The
All right,
Extinction
go
of
ahead.
Star
Go
Trek?
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Extinction.
It's bonus.
As I was saying, sorry, I keep falling off my seat. I don't know
Okay,
what the
okay,
hell.
go
But
back.
okay, so my point being, what I liked was how he's picking up the guns finally. There's someone picked up the damn
Oh
gun.
yeah, he
and
picked
actually
up the
tried
gun.
to use it. But I like the twist because he had no idea that there had a tracker on
Yeah,
it.
that was really good.
Yeah, that was.
And
a
then,
good one.
but the funny part is like, dude, you just got the crap beat out of you. And you're gonna go find this human and take your gun back?
And then he ends up helping him. It's like if you're that set on hunting him down and
Well, I
killing
think
him,
he realized, because as he was hunting, he
Yeah.
felt bad because he realized
He
these
said-
two little girls
Yeah.
are losing her mom, and
He
he's
said
like,
he
now I
didn't
feel
sign
like
up to
crap.
kill children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
That's
Yeah,
why
he said-
he did
that's
shoot
why-
the little girl.
yeah.
Oh,
was-
He said that. He said, well, they didn't tell me I was going to kill kids, you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was a really cool kind of twist of humanity in the antagonist.
Yeah.
Well, he was human, so I guess there was humanity in there.
Right, but it
Yeah.
wasn't apparent at
but
first.
it
But
seemed like
that's true,
the
yeah.
it seemed like the AIs were more
Human.
human than
Yeah, a
The
twist,
humans
more like the whole
themselves.
thing.
What?
A twist of humanity, more like the whole thing. Yeah, and never mind.
Okay.
Because like when you do a twist of lemon, you just kind of twist the lemon once and you put in the lemon juice from that little twist. Instead of a twist of humanity, it was the whole thing. Anyways, so this video has gone on long enough.
Oh my god. That's good.
Okay, thank
So-
you for commenting.
Yes,
Continue-
liking,
please
subscribing.
continue.
We'll try.
Following, liking, subscribing. Stop. Thank you.
I'm turning it on.
Aha.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
What are you saying?
Please follow us, and if you
Like
have any
and
more
comment.
suggestions, would be awesome.
We'll try to figure out what a pull button is.
The
And it-
join button?
No,
no,
there's
no.
Oh, the
also a pull. So you can go back to the Star Trek.
Oh my God.
Just for Ray, please.
Yeah,
That'd be so
first
much
of
fun.
all, I want to know if there's even any Star Trek fans out there to take the poll. And then, also, visit us on our Patreon page and,
Nice
and,
segue.
and support us on there, and that would be really cool. And we're almost done with our books.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I'm probably going to finish before they do.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
If you lower your
The
volume,
first
I might
draft.
be able to do it.
Music
That's-
blaring.
It is impossible to blare from that thing. Anyways, I'm almost done. What?
Surprise girls figure it all